What's up, future millionaires? Today in this video, I'm gonna cover the 3 traits that allowed me to build a 7-figure business by 21 years old. Overall, it took me about 2.5 years. So I'm hoping you guys can learn from this video, check and compare, and see if you guys have some of the traits yourself. And even if not, you can be able to learn from them and start implementing them. And before I jump into the video, I wanna let you guys know, I'm gonna be giving a bonus trait at the very end of this that's more important than all of the rest, so make sure you stick to the end for that. So with that said, let's jump into the first trait, and that is problem solving. Now, the reason this is so important is pretty self-explanatory, to be honest, but starting a business, you're gonna come up with pretty much an infinite amount of problems. Pretty much a problem every single day is gonna occur in your business. So if you're not good at solving problems, then you're not gonna be able to overcome those hurdles that allow you to get to a 7-figure business level. And some of these problems are probably gonna be the hardest problems that you've ever faced in your entire life. I know for a fact, 100% sure, the problems that I faced starting my business are the hardest problems I faced in my entire life. So your problem solving process, if you want to be able to become a 7-figure entrepreneur, has got to be absolutely impeccable. You've got to be able to find the root cause of every single problem. And then once you actually do find that root cause, you need to to find that root cause in the first place, you need to be able to isolate the problem. There's probably different parts of your system involved, and you have to isolate where the problem is, where the bottleneck in your business is. And then once you do that, you're gonna have to solve the problem and figure out pretty much solutions to do that, which there could be an infinite amount of once again. So definitely the number one trait that allowed me to build a 7-figure business is being able to find where the problem is and then go ahead and solve it. And with that said, if you guys ever wanna look up what the scientific method is, that's a very efficient way of being able to solve problems. And there's lots of amazing ways to solve problems. So even if after this video, I could highly recommend checking out some other videos on YouTube about solving problems. That's a huge skill set. And honestly, probably the number one most beneficial one that's helped me in building a 7-figure business. And with that said, let me give you an example. If you've ever had a problem and you go ahead and just Google search, or you probably know somebody that's done this. You give someone a problem, they have a problem, and they just Google search it, and then if Google doesn't show up their problem, they just give up. That's not real problem solving. You need to be that kind of person that you search this on Google. If you don't find the answer, you're gonna find 500 different other ways, and you're gonna find that answer no matter what. You're gonna get creative, you're gonna talk to the right person, or you're gonna find the right article or the right place where your answer is, and really dig down deep. You're not just gonna give up after a simple Google search. And that's really what's gonna separate you, because most people are not willing to go through that work and that suffering that is solving a problem. So if you can actually go 10 steps ahead of everybody else, that's what's gonna allow you to build a business and build a life that's 10 times better than everybody else. It's pretty simple. If you want a life that's 10 times better than everyone else, you just gotta be 10 times smarter, 10 times work 10 times harder, whatever it is, just overall 10 times better. So with that said, another thing that really helps with problem solving is thinking differently and always questioning things. Just because somebody gives you, let's say you find an answer somewhere, that doesn't mean for 100% sure it's right. I know for a fact that one thing that I personally question is, I know that Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously the best bodybuilder ever in the world, he says that you should give up sleep in order to achieve your goals. And I definitely don't agree with that, even though I agree with many of the other things that he said, because from other sources and from other knowledge that I've learned and actually questioned, if I was to learn, that was pretty much the first piece of advice I'd gotten on sleep. If I had listened to that, that would have negatively affected my performance, because he may have a genetic condition where he can go by with less sleep, but I believe for most people, honestly, and I've looked into the research and things like that, to figure out that having enough sleep is hugely, hugely, hugely important to your problem-solving capabilities and everything like that. So yeah, it's just like questioning things and thinking differently, and also thinking differently and questioning things can allow you to come up with solutions that are brand new to your industry's problems. And by thinking differently, you're able to come up with solutions that people are willing to pay a lot more for, because your solutions are unique rather than just copying everybody else. So that's the number one trait, just straight up problem solving. Now the second trait is just straight up consistency and dedication. This one is, it kind of ties in with problem solving too. If you come up with a problem, you have to be consistent in solving it, because if you just give up, you're done. But it's that dedication of doing and working on your business every single day, improving every single day. I know a lot of people out there try to start a business and they maybe put on only like 30 minutes per day. That's still really amazing, but most people out there that fail with their business, it's because maybe they put in a lot of effort for 3 days, and then they stopped working for 2 days, and then they put another effort in for 2 days, and then they're on and off with their business. It's a lot better to be consistent, even if you're putting a small amount every day, than kind of jumping on and off for a couple days and starting for like 1 week and then stopping working another week and then starting working another week. It just completely throws your system off. So one thing that's hugely important is that absolute dedication and that consistency of putting in the work every day. I like to say it this way: if you're improving and working towards your goal every single day, let's say you're starting here, your goal's up here. If you're improving every single day, it's literally impossible to not reach your goal as long as you're improving. So as long as you're raising that bar a little bit every single day, over time it's going to end up reaching your goal. It's pretty much impossible not to happen unless your goal is like way off the screen and you can't even achieve it. But as long as your goal is realistic and you know that you can achieve it, then you're going to be able to make small increments every day, and it's pretty much impossible not to reach it if you don't do those small incremental work every single day. So that's the key to consistency. Tortoise versus the hare situation, I've been able to pass up a lot of people that have just not have that consistency. So it's hugely important. Now the third one is focus, because if you have that consistency, you have that dedication, you can still not reach your goal if you don't have focus. Because if you're spreading your energy and your dedication into a bunch of different things that don't matter, then you're wasting so much energy and it's going to take you a lot longer to reach whatever goal you're trying to achieve. That could be in the form of doing too many different businesses, or if you're in the social media marketing industry, you're trying to gain clients. That could be working on things like designing your fancy business card. That's an example of wasting time. So it's that focus on the core activities that are going to move your business forward. It's focusing on those profit producing activities of your business that's really going to allow you to build a 7-figure business as quickly as possible. So that focus is immensely important, especially in nowadays world. It's become so hard to focus with our phones and all the notifications and distractions. I highly recommend you guys to help you focus, cater your environment towards that. So delete all the extra apps off your phone that you don't need. For example, on my phone, I don't even have any social media apps at all. So removing all your distractions, anything that takes away your focus. Other businesses, cut them out. Do that 80-20 rule. What's the 20% of things that are generating me the best results, and then remove all the other 80%, and do that over and over again. Eventually you're gonna get this distilled down to like a super laser, and you're gonna be able to explode your business way faster that way if you're focusing on the things that are most important in your business. That's how you can absolutely destroy all of your competition. Because, for example, like if you're in the marketing industry, there's marketing agencies that do every service under the sun. They work with every client. But there's plenty of marketing industries that are passing up those big guys by just focusing on such a unique, such a focused down service and a focused down industry that they're able to scale extremely fast in comparison to these bigger marketing agencies. And they're also able to get better results too because they're so focused. It just makes an enormous difference. So third one is focus. And then finally, we're on to the bonus, and that is having belief and confidence in yourself. This is the one, if you don't have this trait, I can tell you right now, you cannot succeed. You have to first, before you even reach a 7-figure business or whatever your goal is in life, if you want to reach that goal, you have to thoroughly 100% know you will achieve that goal if you put in the work. From my starting point, there was absolute no question in my mind. I was straight up, I'm going to reach this goal, and doesn't matter how long it takes me, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I knew for 100% sure I'm going to reach this goal. If you're like, oh, it's like a 90% chance I'm going to reach my goal if I put in the work, then you're done. You have to be 100% sure, because even if that 10% of doubt, what that's going to do is when you get that down day, when you don't want to work, you're like, oh man, it's only a 90% chance, there's a 10% chance I may not make it, you're just going to give up. I can pretty much guarantee you that when you have that bad day, your business is going down, you're straight up going to give up, and you're not going to have that consistency that you need to be able to keep going. When you know 100% sure that you're going to reach your goal, if you put in the work every single day, you have that confidence that allows you to put in that work even when you're having those bad days, you're having those bad times in your business, you're able to keep moving forward even at those bad times. And that's what starting a business is all about. So with that said, I really hope this helped you guys open your minds, come up with some new traits. I'm hoping you guys have some of these traits within you already. That would be extremely helpful. Maybe even let me know if you have some of these traits already, or other traits that you guys have that you've seen in other millionaires or even in yourself that have been very helpful to you. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this kind of content about social media marketing, agency, or business in general, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And with that said, look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. See ya.